There are multiple NFL reporters reporting that the Panthers want a number one receiver. They would like to trade for one. Well, sorry to inform you, Carolina, you had one. His name was DJ Moore. When you traded up for Bryce Young, you got rid of him. Do you think they are regretting their choice of Bryce Young at this point?
No, because remember, the Bears paid through the nose. Look, here's the thing. I just didn't understand on surface. They drafted Jonathan Mingo out of Ole Miss, raw. And then you get the dead body of Adam Thielen, and you make a terrible signing with Miles Sanders. That's just, I wouldn't have played Bryce Young early if that's the situation I was throwing him into.
Yeah, because all you're going to do is destroy the confidence of the quarterback, and now he's not trusting anybody because you basically got a bunch of has-beens out
Part
there.
of the reason the game's moving fast for Bryce, nobody's open. Nobody's open. Thielen just doesn't get separation. DJ Chark's never healthy. Mingo doesn't know how to play the position yet. So, David, I'll say no. To me, this is the way the NFL works, where they're bringing these rookies into terrible spots, and then a year later, they throw their support behind the kid, and everything Carolina does this offseason will be catered to him.
Right, because I don't even know what number one receiver will want to go.
0-14 right now, exactly.
Devontae Adams would be like, no, we good. I'll stay here.
So speaking about help for quarterbacks and young quarterbacks, well, Zach Wilson, we all know he is the quarterback in New York for the Jets. Well, this week, the coach said that Breece Hall, they will be taking the pitch count off of Breece Hall. He has
the
a
Colts?
lot of...
You mean the Jets?
I said the Jets.
I thought he said the Colts.
They will be taking the pitch count off of Breece Hall. He has a lot of speed coming off the ACL injury. Will this help their quarterback?
Yes, because, you ready, David? Dalvin Cook is the latest example of what?
You don't pay running backs.
Dalvin Cook looks baked. Breece Hall's got the juice, and that's off a knee injury. Yes, it'll help them. Breece Hall is their second best player outside of Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, it's weird. Who would have thought that the Lions would get a better running back?
For cheaper.
For a lot cheaper. It's like David Montgomery looks like he's that dude.
Yeah, that's a credit to Brad Holmes, man. But they got to stop running him 30 times a game.
You know what? You got to do what you got to do to win.
I need you in December.
That's what you get Jameer for.
Oh.
Let's touch.
So I've heard.
Let's touch on a trade that has already happened in the NFL. A couple of days ago, the Chargers traded cornerback J.C. Jackson back to New England. He was there in New England. They paid him a 5-year, $82.5 million contract in free agency last year. The Patriots gave up a 6th and a 7th round pick. And everything I see here is the Chargers are taking care of the money. The Patriots will just owe him $1.5 million.
That's right.
And the final 3 years are non-guaranteed.
It's one of the worst free agent signings in the last 5 years. Jackson turned into a pumpkin when he went to L.A. The fact that the Patriots are bringing him in because Christian Gonzalez is gone, 6th and 7th round pick, that's not it. The idea that the Patriots want to be on the hook for the money for a guy they didn't want to pay originally who hasn't played an ounce of good football in 2 years, I was stunned. I couldn't believe the Chargers found a taker. That's how bad Jackson's been.
I mean, at this point, you got to schedule an intervention for somebody in New England. I don't know if it's Belichick. Maybe it's Kraft. Maybe you just, all of his friends, hey, Bob, have a seat. What are we doing here? Because we're not going to put together the glory days, but right now you're doing your best to turn this into a bottom of the league program.
Let's touch on Jonathan Taylor for a second because they opened up his 21-day practice window in Indianapolis, and he spoke to the media for the first time today. He was asked, is he committed to being in Indy? Well, he answered, I'm here.
Oh, no.
What is the solution here?
That's a ringing endorsement.
Yeah.
Right?
He said he wants to play, but he's really not. He doesn't want to play there.
David, are you happy in your marriage? Well,
we're not divorced.
We're not divorced yet.
How does this end,
we
man?
We share the same house.
Oh, my.
Well, I'm here. Next question.
I just don't understand. I don't see how it ends.
I don't either. You know what was funny? And I think I was reading somewhere, I heard somewhere that the whale that they went and got, it died. Rather than pay him the money. Irsay went and tried to save the whale, and the whale ended up dying anyway. You can't make this.
He threw his money to him and not to Jonathan Taylor, and it didn't work.
He airlifted an orca to Japan instead of paying Jonathan Taylor.
The orca got on a little helmet so he can breathe.
Let's touch on
Fly it over Jonathan's house just to let him know where I'm spending my money.
Let's touch on Davante Adams for a quick minute because he is committed to staying there. Rumors about him wanting to get traded and everything. And he says that he wants to believe in Aiden O'Connell and he wants to stay there for him. Is that taking a shot at Jimmy G? Jimmy G's a starter. They paid the money for him.
Yeah, but remember, he went there to play with his best buddy, Derek Carr. Carr got traded. I think everybody outside of maybe Jimmy G's family realizes he's a stiff. You know, when you're out of that privileged situation in San Francisco, it don't look so sweet no more.
Here we go.
I'm just saying. And Adams now twice in 2 weeks. What was the comment last week? I ain't got time to be sitting around here while we get our stuff together. That's a bad situation.
And since I do have a quote here from May where he said
Lions acquired Davante Adams. Put it on the board.
Yeah, in May he talked and he said he wasn't seeing eye to eye with the front office. So,
well, you know, maybe he wants to go out to Frisco. They could use a receiver.
There you go. I mean, why not? Rico roots for a creative team. It's like a 4-person fantasy league. That's what Rico's team looks like. Go ahead, David.
So I have something interesting here. If you are a bettor, you may want to listen to this. It may be the broadcaster's curse. Jim Nantz hasn't called a Vikings victory in 10 years.
What?
The last recorded victory for the Vikings with Nantz was on September 29th in 2013. But not only that, they've been blown out in the last few matchups with him. 40-3 against the Dallas Cowboys last year, 41-17 against the Packers. They've been outscored 171-69.
Oh, God.
When Jim Nantz is calling their games.
Right,
well,
here would be my
Chiefs
here would be my argument. Those games generally have been these massive tilts. Problem is, I kind of like the Vikings this week. Mahomes over a field goal never covers. And the Chiefs don't look like world beaters. They're good, but they're not great. They're on the road. But Jim Nantz, hello, friends. Your team is dead.
Pretty much.
That's a power stat by David.
Kirk, you take my tie. You've won this game.
The tie means a lot to me.
You guys have won for the first time in 10 years. Hey, you know what? You've earned the tie. There you go.
Maybe he breaks the streak and gets that tie.
That's unbelievable.
Or Sunday.
He hasn't called a win in 10 years?
10 years. Just a little nugget for bettors there. You might want to take that into a...
Okay.
That is...
Well, you know what? I actually want them to win because Mahomes screwed me over last week.
There it is. Gambler's revenge.
Just want to let you know that.
You're keeping that receipt.
Oh.
Keeping that receipt.
You notice, man.
And then he just gets up and gives everybody the middle finger. Did you expect me to score? Hi, I'm Patrick Mahomes.
That is in football today.